welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you guys are having a great day. Before today's video starts, I just want to say thank you to everybody that participated in the drop. We completely sold everything out. Everything is gone. You guys placed all your orders Thursday. Friday, I packaged every single order, and then I went to go ship it today, and Canada Post is closed on the weekends. Like the big facility where you drop off like hundreds of packages is closed on the weekends. So Monday it'll go out. I promise you guys Monday, first thing in the morning, that what I'm gonna do is drive all your orders to the post office and they will be shipped on Monday. Today we're gonna be talking about the Civic and how much money we have spent on it and how it's come and how everything's holding up. So basically, you guys know that I've been keeping this list down here of like everything we do to the Civic. I write it down and whatever. So I'm gonna not only go over how much we have spent total on this car so far, but I'm gonna go over how everything's held up and like any kind of issues and stuff we've had. Just sit back and watch, because there might be some interesting things that, you know, you forgot we did or you don't know about, and this video will be in the playlist with all the mods we've done to this car. Everything we've done is in this playlist that this video is in somewhere. It's in there somewhere. Should I just like pick up the list and start reading it to them? So this is the list that's in the garage in every video on the wall, and every time we do a mod, we add to this list. I'm not gonna hold this the whole time because I'm not a teacher. I'm gonna put this on the ground and I'm just gonna read off of it, but this is what I'm basing everything off of. And yes, I updated it before this video because I know there was a couple things missing. Okay, so first things first, we bought this car for $800. This car has like 330 something thousand kilometers on it. It's very high mileage. If you guys remember when we first got it, if you watch those videos, it was super clean. It all ran it and there was no problem. It's just been a dream the whole time. So 800 bucks was a killer deal. What? Obviously we broke stuff, but like
a dream until you started modding it.
Yeah, but that's because it's my fault. I'm gonna start with the specific side, so things that this car needed that your car won't need, but I'm gonna include them in the total price of my car, if that makes sense. Just listen to me and I'll sum it all up at the end. So in the specific column, we needed a tack because this car didn't come with a tack, and a lot of you guys wanted me to do like the cluster swap. I thought it would be cooler just to add another gauge in there, so we got a Princess Auto tack. That was $39.19. We got this turn signal because it was shattered when we bought the car. No, it was the other side. We bought the other side turn signal. We got that for free off some very nice guy on Craigslist. We got the door trim from a junkyard. I ran to the junkyard. I just picked a piece off of one of the cars that was there. It was like $14.75. The head unit that's in there was free. The original one that Emerson gave me was also free, but we swapped it out for this one, which was free, so that section stays free. And the speakers that are in there are also free. Emerson bought them and then he ended up not using them or something along those lines. So thankfully for Emerson, all that stuff in there was free. The rust repair that we did on this car, if you remember when we first bought it, it was like super rusty on the quarter panel in the back on both sides, I think. And we just completely like took it down, did it like properly and nicely before we put the fenders on. And that cost about 60 bucks. I needed a new valve cover gasket. That was $35. I rebuilt the distributor on this. When I posted that video, it actually had a different title at first. I was in Vlogmas and I titled it stupid, but we did rebuild that distributor last month. So if you guys are interested, you can go watch that video. It cost me 20 bucks. So that's all the specific stuff that we did to this car that you don't really need to, and it's not really mods, it's just upkeep of this car. So all in all, that was like $175 total, I think. $173.93. So on to the general side of this list. I already started filming this, but I started blabbing too much and it was gonna take way too long. So we're gonna start this again. I'm just gonna give you guys straight to the point how much it costed, and if I have anything to say about it. If I don't say anything about it, it's probably a good product and I don't have much to complain about. All I'm gonna do is complain about things that need complaining about. So the front lip on this thing, we bought it from Home Depot. It was $22.40. It is garage door trim, super durable. 2 thumbs up, hasn't let me down. Headlights are LEDs, we got them from Wish. We've had this car for like 9 months now. I bought it on May 24th of 2018. Those things are still kicking. I thought they would die right away. They're still going, they're good. They were $41, and then I actually paid for the express shipping just to test out Wish's express shipping thing. So it was another 25, but the headlights themselves were 40 bucks on Wish. The exhaust was from Wish. That was $121, and we had to spend $50 additionally on the weld, because if you guys remember, we bought the exhaust for this car. It was for a sedan, even though it was labeled to fit any Civic. It was for the sedan. It was way too long. We had to cut it. It then broke because the muffler welds inside the little screening. The welds on that thing cracked, they rattled around. I had to take it all apart. Wouldn't recommend the exhaust, it's kind of trash. The wood trunk was actually free. We got all the supplies on Craigslist. Someone was just giving away some free wood, so that's how we built. It's not wood, but it's vinyl, but whatever. The vinyl flooring in the trunk was free. The over fenders we got were $49, and then I have written down plus 30 for the Bondo. So if you guys may not know, or most of you probably know, just generic, non-fitted, they're not meant for any specific car, they're just the cheap black over fenders. We bonded them to the car and then just kind of painted them so they just look kind of seamless. They were 50 bucks. I would probably spend the money and get ones that were fitted because one, these don't fit the greatest, and two, we shattered one like 2 weeks ago because we hit a pothole and it just completely annihilated. So, I mean, it was just $50 plastic. It was kind of cheap. That's what you get. We got the wheels on Craigslist as well for 350 bucks. They were used. They worked perfectly fine. I was gonna paint them, but there's been a lot of debate on if we're even gonna keep the gray color on the Civic. So until we decide if we're keeping the gray, I'm not painting the wheels because the color decides that. But 350 bucks, and we got the tires on the wheels for free because I swapped the tires that came on the Civic. I swapped the wheels and tires for these tires, which were just like, they're still perfectly fine, but they were traded in to a tire shop and they still had life left on them, so the guy would just needed something to sell, so now he's selling my stock ones instead of these ones. The short hub we got on a Facebook group, that was $70, $75? Oh crap, I lost my place. The short hub was $75, we got on a Facebook group, because if you remember the original Wish one we ordered, it was specifically for this car, the splines didn't line up. Quick release was on Wish, that was 36 bucks, has not given me any problems yet. The steering wheel was 63, a lot of you guys know about the steering wheel, a lot of you guys complain that I still use it. I told you that, you know, I want to see how long it'll go before I break it, and it seems to be fine. I know that sounds stupid, but like sketchy, but it's still working. Coil sleeves. So this thing's lowered on coil sleeves. It's not on full coilovers. We just took, the struts are blown, so it doesn't ride perfectly. A lot of you guys ask about the coil sleeves. They are bouncy. They're not as smooth as coilovers, but they're not horrible. Corny's Racelands are about as bouncy as this thing is. So just to give you a comparison, they were $75. They were $70.65. Pretty easy to install. They were off Amazon. And the control arms, this thing has upper and lower control arms all done to it. Emerson did that one day for me because he is an awesome human being. That was all free. He got that from work. Some guy ordered all the parts and then just left them at the shop, never picked them up. They sat there for years, and then some lucky guy got to go and take them all for free. The seats, these are fake Recaro seats. Obviously they're fake. It's the budget build. These were 250 bucks. They make a lot of creaking sounds. They kind of scare me sometimes, but they're solid. They have never broken, so. The shift knob was $7. It's a fake Mugen. The window winders were $15, and then the pedals were $11, all of which can't really complain about. And then we got to the turbo kit. The turbo kit is a not Wish one, because at the time Wish didn't sell them in Canada on Wish. Why did I say on Wish? They didn't sell them in Canada yet, so I bought CX Racing, which is like an eBay turbo kit anyways. It was $971.70, and it's still going, and it hasn't blown up. It works. We doubled the horsepower on this car just by boosting it. It went from 70 to 140 to the wheels. Nothing to me is sketchy about it. It has never really let me down, other than when I abuse the crap out of it and break it. Other than that, it's been fine. So if you're looking for something budget, I would recommend that. Yeah, the only con is it doesn't come with all the parts. So the next thing on the list is turbo kit extras. So I spent $90 at Lordco, $87.87. Actually, really weird how that's the number. But that's just like nuts and bolts, and it didn't come with any bolts, it didn't come with any nuts, it didn't come with anything. So the boost gauge we got at Princess Auto for $67.19. ECU in the Honda, this one was really, really big. A lot of people tried to fist fight me about this, and I don't know why. Basically, you can do like a super 90s tune budget sketchy style, and it was either you do the 90s style and like you never know, right? Like it could break, it could work, it could not, whatever. It was too sketchy for me. I like driving this car now. If I want to take it on a cruise, I don't want to have to worry about the fact that I tuned it. So we did splurge a little bit. We spent $907.20 on the ECU and the Honda. You guys don't have to spend that much money. So at the end, this is all wrapped up. Like there's a section where you didn't have to spend as much money as I did, but I still kept it relatively budget. Up until this point, it was like budget. And then after this, it stayed budget. It was just the turbo kit and the Honda and stuff. If you want to boost the car, you can only do it for so cheap before you just may as well have not boosted it in the first place. So then the injectors and the pump, for some reason I paid for these on the same bill, and I just completely, that was stupid of me. We got an AEM fuel pump, and we got fuel injector clinic injectors, and those totaled out together at $645. AFR gauge we bought on Amazon for 220 bucks, and then the tune and the dyno, all that stuff, it was about $300 for dyno day. For me, is pretty reasonable. Then we added the turbo screen. The turbo screen was $9. It's literally just, it's like window screening with like a rubber band around the outside. It's sick, and it works really well. Screamer pipe we made for free. Like the place I got it tuned and dynoed, there was like a little section of pipe this big that they gave me. I took it to Brad. Brad has a welder, and he welded it just right there. We painted it black, and it looks super cool. And flames come out of it. It's never broken, so wood exit plate that goes around this pipe was 13 bucks. Right here, super simple. I literally just bought a piece of metal. It was 13 bucks. Cut it in a teardrop, riveted it on, painted it black. It looks sick. We got the gauge spot holder that holds all the gauges inside the car for $25. Thomas custom printed that. Says the committed crew on it. It's pretty cool. And inside of that, we have the oil pressure gauge, which was $22. We have the boost gauge and the AFR gauge. And the next big purchase, this one, again, was kind of debatable. We could have wrapped it, we could have dipped it, we could have painted it, but we chose to go ahead and dip it. So this Plasti Dip is from dipyourcar.com, and this cost me $581.79. That's including the price of a gun. If you can find a friend with a gun, or you've already dipped a car in the past, the dip itself's like $300 or something. So we did this whole car for $581, and I think it was totally worth it. And then we did the turbo blanket and the heat wrap. The turbo blanket was $22. The heat wrap was $13. The turbo blanket's way too big because it was bought on Wish, and so was the heat wrap. The heat wrap's way too short because it was bought on Wish. So we did the oil catch can. That was $15. That was also from Wish. The underglow, one of the most recent mods, was $20, and the short shifter was also $20. So that's all we've done to this car. This car has been through a lot. Those are all the things that we have done. Those are all the mods that we have done to this car. And if you guys were counting, I don't know what you guys came up with, but the grand total price of all the mods that we have done to this car. So basically, this is the way I was thinking of it. If you were to buy a car, you don't need to do the things that I did in my specific section. Those are just things that this car needed. So if you want to buy a car and you just want to mod the hell out of it. You want to do all the mods that you see. You want your car to look like this. This costs $5,164 total for everything. If you include the price of the car, that's an extra $800. But the point that I wanted to kind of make and show you guys was this car's not done. Don't think it's done. By no means is this car done. It'll always be getting modded. There's still things in my garage that need to get done to it. Now you guys may say like, wow, that sounds like a lot. You know, you spent a lot of money on it, but think about it. Take a second and actually think about it. And you guys don't have to do everything we did. So like if you don't want to boost your car, you probably saved like at least 1,500 bucks, if not more, probably almost 2,000 of those dollars you don't even need if you buy a car that's already boosted, or you don't even want to boost your car or whatever, or you do it way cheaper because we didn't do it the cheapest way. And then again, like we dipped it. You don't have to dip your car. You could have just left the stock paint and probably it would have looked fine. You can buy a car and make it like super cool and super like a sick car, and you don't have to do everything we did. But we went like balls out on this car. And a balls out price of $5,164, I think it's pretty good. I spent the extra money to keep this car safe while doing it on a budget. Just to buy a turbo kit for my BRZ is the price of everything we've done to this car. Just for the turbo kit, never mind the dyno, never mind all the extra stuff you need. Literally just the price of a turbo kit, or just the price of a real Rocket Bunny kit, is how much we've spent on this car. If I did forget anything, comment down below and let me know what I forgot, and I'll be sure to add that into the price, or you can just add it into the price if you know the price of it. Like I said, I'm gonna say this one more time. This car is not done. This car will not be done for a while. Believe me, there's still a lot to come. I just wanted to keep you guys updated. I want to show you guys where we're at. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I will catch you next time. Peace out and stay committed.